How do you turn grief into joy? Well, that's a good question. I'll never forget back in the days when I was first getting sober and going to these AA meetings in Florida. There's a old guy in the back of the meeting, and so invariably you'd be sharing something about your life, something that is going hard, and he would say from the back, "This too shall pass." And it'd be encouraging to hear that, to think, oh, this horrible thing that I'm dealing with would eventually pass. Of course, then he would also listen to someone sharing good news and things that were going well. In fact, he did this one to me, and I was sharing about something going right, getting a job, getting this, getting that. And he from the back of the room said, "This too shall pass." And it's a reminder that in this world, things change. We go through good times and bad times. We climb mountains and we go down in valleys. And so we have to understand that the world, it's changing. This too shall pass. But Jesus talks in John 16 that we will be sorrowful, but our sorrow will turn into joy. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. It can be confusing at times how to reorient our life as we follow Christ. You may have recently converted and you may have struggles with how things still go wrong, that your life isn't magically better, that the lawnmower still breaks, that the car AC goes out, that your foot suddenly starts hurting, or a friend is being mean to you. And all of these troubles are real and they're pressing, and you think, Lord, just make them go away. And the reality is the only way out is through. Sometimes we must face these challenges. In a broken world, there will be trouble. There will be sorrow. But joy comes in the Lord. And Jesus is warning us to not get too faced into our trouble, not to look at the problem so much as we look towards the solution. And the solution is our faith in Jesus Christ. So your sorrow is real. Nobody here is telling you to ignore sorrow. Nobody in the Christian faith should be teaching you that you can't be sorrowful. The Bible has a word that it uses for this. It calls it lament. Lament is totally appropriate. But lament is where we feel our sorrow, but we never take our eyes off of Jesus. We can be in a state of lament, but we never forget who our hope is. So Jesus says you will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. And so, friend, it's okay to grieve, but don't live in it. Don't heap the grief upon your head and stay there. Rather, look to the Lord for hope. You know, there's a saying in our world all the time. I hear it on the news and in various movies, hope is not a plan. Actually, that's wrong. Hope is the whole plan. It's in hope that God subjected us to a broken world so that we might turn to Him and receive His joy, His comfort, His care. And so I would encourage you in that. The world celebrates what God mourns. And so we'd see joy in the world sometimes, and it's things that God doesn't approve of. The world rejoices when the truth is rejected. But friend, that's temporary. The world wants to see Christians and Christianity fail. And they will see people fail. It happens all the time. But even that satisfaction is fleeting and passing. And so we have to understand that even though there are these incidents where the world rejoices, the world order that is against Christianity, but in the end, God will succeed. His people will be comforted, and we will have incredible joy when He wipes away every tear, as He promises in the book of Revelation. So the reality is that you can't secure your final victory. Jesus does. So Jesus ends with clarity here. He says, I have overcome the world. We don't overcome the world. He does. And so, friend, you're going to go through the struggles in your life, but if you keep following Jesus, if you keep trusting in Him, He will keep lifting you up. He will keep giving you power for each new day. And we do see over and over again people who follow Jesus for a long time in one direction. The Bible calls it a long obedience in the same direction. Those who follow persistently, consistently do well in life. That is true. That's why we often see prosperity gospel churches springing up all over the world where they promise that if you follow Jesus, life will go your way. It generally will, but not always. And so we can't follow success only. So indeed, friend, we need to follow the Lord. He has overcome. The outcome is settled. You may not see it today. You may not feel it this week or this month or even a year. But Jesus has promised to bring you somewhere. He has, as we talked about a few weeks ago, gone to the Father's house and prepared a room for you. There's a place for you. There's a destination you're going to. And so you have to keep moving forward as you know that truth will come about. So you will face trouble. You will face grief. You will feel struggle in your life. But know this: joy wins. Love wins. Jesus overcame the world. His promise is secure and true. Order will win the day, and chaos will lose. We all look forward to that day. Friend, I hope to see you there. God bless you.